Welcome to Wireless and IoT Security. In this chapter, we will look at mobile malware and application-based threats. We will look at the malware landscape for mobile devices, how it's delivered, how do you defend against it, using MTM to protect mobile devices, and using pen test with mobile devices. 90% of all malware targets Android OS. Android OS is open source, while Apple iOS is closed system. Android OS is very secure. Accessibility of Android OS to malware is due to software fragmentation among vendors, vendor OS update management practices, poor customer vulnerability awareness, and user security hygiene. Google must identify vulnerabilities and engineer security patches, make them available to device manufacturers that host Android. Now, software Android is always open source. That this means it can be adapted by many different mobile hardware vendors. Vendors begin with the same core software codes and modified. Code becomes fragmented, increasing over complexity of the code and security vulnerabilities. Android works on smartphones, tablets, and phablets. There are more security vulnerabilities due to more complexity. The big job to identify all of the various vulnerabilities and create patches. Criminals know there is a lag time. Take advantage of window of opportunity before patches are released and applied. Security experts suspect a broad collaboration between cyber criminals and dubious Android developers who focus their attention on Android malware. QAs and commercially malware hardware. As of 2020, top Android malware categories were rats, brand trojans, ransomware, crypto mining malware, advertising click fraud, and stalkerware. Cybercrime gangs tend to focus on following cause: claiming personal or confidential information by gaining access to phones, gaining control of phones for other attacks, such as launching a DDoS attack, or sending premium SMS messages for an extra gain, gaining access to GPS or other location information to sell third-party advertisers, gaining control of the phone file systems to steal data, photos, and the like, or to lock user out of the system, gaining control of features such as camera microphone for surveillance or location tracking, prevailing in commercial and business espionage and cyber stacking. They achieve their goals with techniques that target inherent mobile risks like insecure data storage, weak server-side controls, insufficient transport protection, poor authorization and authentication, improper session handling, data leakage, poor encryption, sensitive data disclosure. Malware is a form of aggressive adware that is prevalent on mobile devices. Developers consider malware to be harmless and legitimate. Developers maintain that terms of use have been stated and the user's permission has been granted, but few users read terms and conditions in their entirety. Some malware applications are now harmless. Some background process that access GPS information, send stolen address book data to third-party APIs. You may have excessive application permissions. Some apps ask us permission to use many services that don't need appropriate for an app. It's suspicious when a refusal of permission has no effect on the execution application. Developers might split an app into modules, with each module requesting one or two permissions. These are the examples of a permission in a Flash app. Retrieve a list of running apps, modify and delete contents of USB storage, test access to protected storage, take pictures and videos, view Wi-Fi connections, read phone status and identity, receive data from the internet, control flashlight, change system display settings, prevent device from sleeping, use network connection, gain full network access, approximate location, and precise location. Now, if it's a flashlight, then definitely it needs to control flashlight. You can even say that it needs to change the system display settings and prevent device from sleeping. But those two are it. But everything else, a flashlight does not need. Now, malware is also on Apple devices. Very little iOS malware in the wild as of 2020. The testimony to Apple's secure closed system and focus on application provenance. Malware tend to focus on older versions of iOS. By closing card, MRAT target iOS 7 in China and Hong Kong. Roughly 2% of iPhones in China have been jailbroken. Cybercriminals often deliver malware through affiliate program, or they can bind an application with genuine popular free app available in Google Play and App Store, load malware to many third-party stores, create a web page infected with drive-by download, using a hybrid attack with a dual payload to target both PCs and smartphones, using social engineering, creating malicious QR codes for malware distribution, and using a Trojan dropper. You could also use mobile malware to do social engineering. The end user is a weak clean copper network. There's little security awareness, and they're also equipped with powerful and intelligent smartphones. Cyber criminals are highly collaborative. They're able to disseminate information through all networks more quickly than information is spread on many corporations with well-defined information dissemination processes. You may have attacks from captive portals and drive-by attacks. Cyber criminals launches and advertises an attractive free Wi-Fi portal. Users join, click on links, takes them from a captive portal to a phishing website, which is JavaScript or other means, perform a drive-by browser attacks. Drive-by attacks involves injecting malicious code in a website to exploit browser vulnerabilities. A user's device can be infected simply by visiting the site. Can occur when the hacker website specifically created to launch an attack and on legitimate sites that have been hacked and infected with malicious code. You may also have clickjacking. The purpose is to confuse the victim by creating a web page with background or invisible frames. Attacker superimposes another set of frames or button visible to the victim. Some malscript appears to be unresponsive, causes victim to swipe mouse around, which triggers the exploit. Clickjacking is an invisible frame or button placed directly on top of a Facebook-like button. Clicking the button works as normal, but also infects the device. Usually successful on smartphone due to smaller screens, which are more difficult to see. You also have plug-and-play scripts. Small screen or smartphone makes it difficult to use navigation controls. Malware developers use JavaScript to cause any mouse click to activate target button, which infects the device. If the user inadvertently clicks in the wrong place, which is easy to do, it causes the malware script to run. This is the best practice. Practice due diligence. When you enable credential, use HTTPS. Maintain a robust anti-malware software. Block all pop-ups. Check app permissions. Remove unwanted apps. Switching off autofill dialog boxes. JavaScript and HTML5. Enabling fraud warnings. Clearing the cookies, histories, and cache. You have mobile application attacks. They are malicious, unnecessary functionality. Mobile code that is unwanted and dangerous. Users download application loaded with spyware, hardware, links to phishing sites. It can be errors in design and implementation, typically occur because of complexity of code and a high number of third-party apps, many of which are coded by amateurs or hobbyists. How do you defend against it? Provide security awareness training for end users. Prohibit application for non-certified developers and third-party marketplaces. Restrict users to vetted and authorized marketplaces. Prohibit the unlocking or jailbreaking of devices and the sideloading of apps. Police third-party downloads. Adhere to a policy using mobile device management. Mobile device management is a key strategy for protecting mobile devices. In workplace is bring your own device, policy MDM. It does the basic: control the password, encryption, remote wipe, and containers. It also sets a policy that includes requirements for strong passwords, auto locking after 5 minutes inactivity, auto wiping after 10 consecutive failed locking attempts, and segregating business data in its own isolated container. Develop a lightweight inventory system and allow administrative access to those who require it. So you could do pen testing on smartphones by do a recon, scan, exploit, and post-exploit. In this chapter, we looked at the malware landscape for mobile devices, how the mobile malware is delivered, defending against mobile malware, using mobile device management to protect mobile devices, using penetration testing on mobile devices. Thank you.